And welcome back to JKLIVE here at Citizen Television, here talking party nominations with me, ODM National Elections Board Chair Catherine Moma, and right next to her, UDA National Elections Board Chair Engineer Anthony Mwaura. What are your comments? What are your questions about the upcoming nominations? ODM is staggering theirs over a 3-week period. UDA, 1 day only. So the question is, as I was asking my guests before they break, what is zoning, Madam Chair? What is zoning?
Zoning has not been defined in law, but what I understand is the sharing of zones amongst coalition partners. So you decide we want to leave Central for Jubilee. Maybe we want to leave Nyanza for ODM. We want to leave Rift Valley for another party. That's my quick understanding of what zoning is. Zoning makes sense for small parties. Small parties which are regional, which are confined in small places. But for big parties like ODM, which are national parties, zoning is a very tricky thing. So if we say we leave Central for Jubilee, but I can assure you we have candidates for Central. So, but we may not be as strong in Central as ODM, but we have candidates in Central as a national party. We have candidates in Rift Valley. So we would need to, for us, it becomes a very sensitive thing to deal with when you talk about zoning. So we are one of the parties that is hesitant to dig into the question of zoning so hard because we know we can actually have candidates in any place in this country. And so we know zoning could hurt us. So we are not too enthusiastic about discussing zoning.
Engineer, what about UDA and zoning?
UDA being one of the most youngest party, but the most popular, for your information.
You both claim to have the largest parties.
Yes.
Which one is which?
Yes, so...
He hasn't told you how many people on the register who don't belong to UDA, but that's for another day.
That's for another day.
Our members who are in the register, everybody who is in our register is our member. That one, it goes like that, nothing else. So the issue of zoning is alien to us. We are not doing any zoning for anybody. We are carrying out our nomination in each and every place. Refresh your mind, Jeff, in 2017, who could have thought that Jubilee could have gotten 3 seats in Kakamega and 3 seats in Bugoma? Everybody thought that that was a no-DOM zone. But Jubilee went there, they got the seats. So who says that even in the strong areas of our opponent, you are not going to get any seat? So surely we are not going to do any zoning. That is not something I am aware of.
Okay.
And Jeff, just for the record, we have not discussed the zoning in Azimio. So no party has been restricted from fielding candidates, but we are cognizant of the need to take stock of who's ranking better wherever, in order to take that into account.
Madam Chair, you mentioned a moment ago smaller parties, well, not being happy. And I'll say in general, they're not happy because they think it's just ODM, Jubilee, and Wiper. Now, a statement just today from a caucus calling itself Mwanzo Mpya, led by Maendeleo Chapchap's Alfred
Mutua.
Yep, from Machakos County. So the question is, and by the way, they have a list of demands here, huh? And they said the Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition, they learnt about it in the news like everyone else. And then they go on to list their own demands, including, number 7, the deputy president choice must be through consensus as agreed by presidential candidates. What's going on? I mean, these include, like I said, Maendeleo Chapchap, Muungano, DAP Kenya, NARC. What's going on? Is this...
That's just conversation. politicians, when politicians converse, we all must hear it. So it's fine. I think the parties within Azimio have a right. Every one of those parties have a right to feel, for their presence to be felt. They have a right to feel included. They have a right to equitable contribution to what is happening, and that's all they're asking for. In my view, nothing wrong with it.
So it's no big deal what they're saying?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They just want to be included. And I'm sure the other partners in Azimio will actually include them.
What about the rifts that we're feeling in Kenya Kwanza? There's, some people want this position, other people want this position. I mean, it all cannot be that well.
Not in our Kenya Kwanza. In our Kenya Kwanza, we are going in the same direction. We have got the structures, we have taken a path, and we know where we are going, and we are seriously focused. It's a big thing, Jeff.
He's insinuating that we don't know where we are going. We are going to State House. We are in Azimio.
Let everybody say for himself or herself. But we are seriously focused. And we know the price. And in Kenya Kwanza, there are no squabbles, nothing. Everything has been agreed upon. It is not an issue of positions, but an issue of service delivery to the Kenyans.
Okay, Madam Chair, which brings me to the question, with 27 parties affiliated to Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Party. It's a mouthful, by the way, pronouncing all this. The deadline is Saturday, March the 9th, right? This coming Saturday is the deadline, April the 9th, sorry.
In handing in the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Will you make it? Will you be able to satisfy all these people by that time?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Conversation is going on. We will.
You feel very confident about that?
I'm very confident.
So there's no rifts, there's no...
This is conversation. This is conversation. Even in a house of 9 kids, I don't know how many you are in your house. We were many.
Yeah.
Everybody fights for their corner. And that's healthy. That's fine. So let everybody fight for their space. And in political spaces, if you don't fight for your space, you might not be seen. So it's important for everybody to fight for their space. Absolutely.
So make some noise.
It's fine. Not a big deal.
Engineer, is that the same in your coalition? Are people allowed to make noise the way they want?
Jeff, in our coalition, it is not about positions. There's nobody who's talking about positions. It is about service delivery to the people of the Republic of Kenya. Not about position. Everybody is aware. This, what we have been told by the Kenyans we must do for them. There is a path we have decided to take, and nobody is ambitious enough. At the same time, there is nobody who doesn't want a position, but we have agreed that it is not an issue of positions, but an issue of moving forward together to liberate Wajiko.
And again, UDA is holding a one-day nomination, which is the 14th.
Yes.
ODM, the last day, will culminate in Nairobi on the
20th.
And Jeff, can I tell you something?
21st.
Jeff, can I tell you something?
Go on.
That 14th is a big thing. It's a phenomenon. 27 observers have written to us. They are calling themselves DiproWatch. From EU, so many other countries, 27 of them, that they want to come and witness that day, whatever will be happening on that particular day. We have even gotten a letter from EU and so many other countries that they want to come and be part of our process. We are even going to accredit you media people to come and witness our nominations. There's nothing.
I hope so.
Jeff, not even hoping so. I'm the one who is telling you. And don't doubt me because I'm the chair. I'm not holding brief for anybody.
Yeah.
We've just accredited over 81
journalists
from the diplomatic, a team of journalists, civil society, people from the diplomatic corps, and they're coming too. They're actually interested. I think everybody thought we were joking when we said we were going to do computer-aided voting. And I think everybody was waiting to see it collapse. And now they're interested in seeing how it is working. And it worked very well.
Yeah. But in Nakuru today it collapsed, but that is neither here nor there.
Where?
As we are going to do the African way.
Yeah.
Jeff, let me tell you something.
You're going to do
To tell somebody in Africa that he's not going to mark a ballot paper, fold it, put it in a ballot box, those are stories.
I don't think
those are stories.
Africanizing.
That's what we believe in. Let me finish.
There's nothing African about
those are stories.
Marking a ballot. In fact, it was never African to mark ballots. So I think he needs to correct.
Since 1963, we have been doing so. And that is the time we started doing elections.
Africa existed long before 1963.
There were no elections. It was a hereditary possessions. Hereditary possessions. As we have decided that we are going to have the ballot boxes, and already we have got them, 75,000 ballot boxes. We have even made them. They are transparent ballot boxes, like the ones IBC uses, and they are ours. We have made them. We have got even the indelible ink. When somebody enters there, there will be a open to mark the ballot paper. We have printed all the ballot papers, 100% ballot papers. If in a polling station, the footers are 2,000, we have made 2,000 ballot papers. There will be no shortage of ballot papers.
Jeff, that's what we've been doing in the last, since ODM was in place.
Jeff.
If you come to Chungwa House, I'll show you the clear ballot boxes that we've been having. But we are thinking ahead. And we feel, let me have my say. What you're saying is not revolutionary. I think you're a new party, so that's exciting for you. But we've had all these transparent boxes in place. We had the ballots. We've printed them everywhere. But we found that process, one, very laborious, very difficult to monitor. Of course, possibly they have loads of money. They can actually deliver it. You're actually trying to do what IEBC does with very meager resources. But of course, I don't know what resources they have. They possibly have more resources than IEBC and can deliver. And we will see how they'll deliver. But we thought through, did a cost effect analysis, and came to the conclusion that, one, to deal with all fraudulent aspects of the voting, if we go computer-aided, that is going to eliminate a lot of opportunities for fraud, opportunities for bribery, opportunities for messed up tallying, because we are doing manual, and it's not African tallying, it's manual tallying. So we felt, I think, with the new technology, in a country that is embracing technology, Kenya is one of the countries that is celebrated for technology. I think we can add to this by just putting in place a simple method of getting everybody to vote. Yeah. They voted in Taita Taveta. People who've gone to school, people who've not gone to school, in fact, they were so happy that they were able to pick, to see the picture of the person I want to vote, and they vote. So I think the way forward, even for IEBC as we go, they need to simplify this. Kenya spends too much money on all these shenanigans around ballot papers and so on.
Jeff, I wish them the best, and we are not going to fight over it. We have got our own ideas of how how we are going to conduct these nominations, and we are the only people who are conducting that elaborate nominations. The others are just dishing certificates. You cannot compare. Yeah. We have gone to every part of this country. We are conducting election in all corners of this country. And we are going to do it in a credible way. They have never seen that, but they are going to see it. We conducted nominations for our by-elections. There's nowhere violence occurred. And even this time, who and you, if you think that you are going to cause violence in our nominations.
All right, folks, time to go to the magic wall. I know there's lots of responses, a lot of people tweeting here. Let's go straight to it. Disterio Oteano says, kindly tell Catherine that democracy is on trial in Mombasa County. Let ODM supporters decide, and that's why you did ODM voter registration. Tunataka Mchujo from governor to the MCA. We need change. It's addressing you directly, Catherine.
Yeah, that's my party. My party has the best conversation, democratic conversation around these issues. And yes, we have a back and forth, and we are telling our members we are using all the methods. But the first method, as we have said, consensus, consensus, consensus. When they don't agree, tunaenda mchujo. Yeah.
All right. Ben Kauma says, ask both panelists how their respective coalitions are going to harmonize the highly contested DP running mate position. Let me start with you, engineer. That's a very highly contested.
Once we pick our presidential candidate, it will be upon him to pick his running mate.
But your presidential candidate is obvious. We know who he is.
Jeff, if you go to our partners, even them, they have got their presidential candidates. And I told you that whatever we have signed, it is not about positions, it is about the service delivery. Once we pick the candidate, that is the time. Now you start thinking about the running mate.
Madam Chair, how about your side? It's a difficult one, running mate, and already Kalonzo Musyoka is insisting, or Wiper Party is insisting that they are the running mate.
I think all the coalition partners will sit and discuss, and the parameters that will be taken into account will be discussed at that table. And so I can't say the formula is this, or we are not going to leave it to one man to select the DP. It's going to be a conversation among the Azimio coalition partners.
Okay. Nyanza Reporter, that's the name, says there's a notorious parliamentary candidate in Kasipul constituency in Homa Bay County that is selling fear to the opponents, bragging that he has the certificate. This is causing anxiety among ODM supporters. Can Madam Muma set the record straight, please?
Whoever it is, there is no certificate he has. Treat it as a strategy, a stupid strategy, to try and scare off the opponents. We have not given any, not even one certificate to anybody in Homa Bay. I haven't yet. But I'm preparing certificates for all single candidates, for all consensus single candidates. And as I do, I've just prepared, I'm starting to prepare for Kwale and Taita Taveta, where we are done. So that's all hogwash.
Okay, thank you for clearing that. Amanga Mustafa says, let them confirm if they will use IEBC register in the nominations, and will the fuel shortage expected next week extend the nominations date, since it is clear the 14th, that's for UDA, will be a total fuel blackout. Well, according to him, we don't know that. Engineer?
Today our ROs were having conversation with the aspirants across the country to come up with that decision of which register we are going to use. Remember, there is that court case which is being handled by Justice Oduga, right, and he has not given out a verdict. So in due time, we are going to tell our members which register we are going to use. Jeff,
we are using the ODM party membership register. We have it. We have actually one cleared from ORPP. And that is what we are using. I believe it is actually a fraud to use any other register, because a political party is an association of members. So if you use IEBC, which has ODM, it has UDA, it has Jubilee, and we all queue to vote to assist UDA to elect a candidate, that's where rigging begins.
Jeff, each and every party have got rules and regulations which govern it.
I'm just making a point.
Let the ODM use whatever they have, and let us use whatever we have.
This point is important for the country to know. That the kind of primaries where ODM members queue to assist Jubilee is a fraud. We must get to the level where only members of a party can actually vote. Have you ever had members of Wakulima Sacco are voting in Sharia Sacco? It's never happened. It's only in the party primaries where we actually, and in my view, that's where rigging begins. So by the time you're taking, when I want to kick you off the party, I go and hire members from UDA to come and assist me to back the weak candidate, so that I can have the weaker candidate on the ballot. That's where rigging begins in this country, and we have to face it. Jeff, and we have to stop it.
Jeff, the difference between us and all the other parties is that we seriously believe in consulting our members and democracy, total democracy.
Okay.
And we are going to come up with the best for our members.
All right. Nyaoga Benson is saying, what happens when the most popular candidate on the ground is disadvantaged by a less popular candidate due to anomalies or the process? How will you balance between loyalty and democracy? It's going to be messy. Madam Chair?
It's a difficult one because the number one thing we are trying to achieve is to get a winning candidate. Now, the winning candidate may not necessarily be the most loyal candidate. So my view, and this is a comment across all political parties, we need political parties in Kenya to reach that level where the loyalty matters, where the party is seen to be the people's party, and where we reach a level like all other parties in other countries, where the members are able to tell Jeff is a member of ODM and Jeff can represent us and Jeff can be voted in on the basis of that. Most political parties in Kenya are vehicles for elections. Come in 2 years before elections, 1 year after elections, guys are fighting. 3rd year after election, it's dead. 2 years to election, another one has morphed up as a result of those wrangles. We need to actually revisit the issue of political parties in Kenya and build serious political parties where we can reach the levels of CCM in Tanzania, ANC in South Africa. So we don't change political parties like handkerchiefs. Yeah.
Right. There, Jeff, our democracy is a little bit messy because you find a person jumping from our rifle party to our party today. Tomorrow he gets a party ticket, despite that all along there is a royal member who have been with that party for a very long time. He have really contributed much to that party. So in future, we really need to enshrine our democracy and be able to move along with our members.
Yeah, absolutely. Elisa was saying, is it democratically right for one to be given a direct ticket, yet there are more aspirants in the same seat? Madam Chair, I think you addressed that, but I mean, is it right to give someone a direct?
Yes. World over, you give tickets based on a number of criteria. Is this person likely to pursue our ideological interests? Is this person likely to stand with us? Is this person likely to win the result? It's a combination of things that you come up with. You might have a popular candidate, but if you feel this candidate may very well be a mole or a candidate for the other side, you may prefer to put a candidate that seems a little weaker, but who you can go to persuade the populace to have that person because they are better off in your camp than the person who is popular. So you weigh a number of things before you determine which candidate you want to have.
Same thing, engineer, on your side, same thing?
Election process is very expensive.
Yeah.
When one decides that he or she is going to fight for a particular process, he puts all his resources, all his time there to make sure that he becomes the winner. And when you go ahead and deny that person that ticket, and there is more than one contestant, it is not fair, Jeff. I don't believe it is fair. As long as there are more than one contestant, we are supposed to go for free and fair nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas Kipchoge says, ask Engineer Mara which register, I think you addressed this, which register you'll be using in the UDA nominations. You said IEBC, right?
No. I said that today we had a conversation in all the counties. Whatever they agreed, we are going to take that matter tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What if there's some new registered members?
You know, we have got our register. Once the members say that we are going to use our register, we are going to use our register. Or any other register which is appropriate to us as per the law.
Okay. Madam Chair, you said obviously you're using the ODM register.
We are using the ODM register. Just on the matter of UDA, I'd like to indicate that a number of our members found themselves on a UDA register without having ever registered. In fact, we've advised a few to actually go to court to try and sue both the Registrar of Political Parties and UDA for registering our members without consulting them. So quite a number of our members found themselves disenfranchised, and we've asked a number of them to actually take on the cases. So I don't know how that happened, but it's a very interesting issue.
Whatever she's saying is the truth, because even us, I remember there is a whole night where around 100,000 members who belong to a party found themselves in ODM. More than 100,000, one night. They had been shifted from our party to ODM. But you never complete, we just told them, just decide from ODM, come back to our party. Because the process was open up to 26th March. I don't think there is any need of complaining as long as there was that window up to 26th March.
Okay. Francis Motori says, why are some incumbent ODM aspirants in Nakuru celebrating and claiming that they already have certificates, yet the nominations were postponed? And what measure has the ODM party put in place to ensure free and fair nominations for women?
Nakuru, we have not given a certificate to anyone. As I said, we have referred the matter to the Central Committee to make a decision in view of the behavior that we had from some aspirants and some party members. For women, our women pay a lesser fee than men. Women, youth, and persons with disability pay a small amount, half the amount of the nomination fee. If our gubernatorial or presidential candidate picks a woman for running mate, we actually reduce their fee. So we incentivize them by reducing the fee. One of the considerations for giving direct tickets is for women, youth, and persons with a disability who are ahead in polls, ahead of the candidates, and they are women. Such women are candidates for consideration when discussion on direct tickets is happening. And in the rules, the electoral offences that we have included in ODM define violence to include the use of gender-demeaning language or language that demeans on the basis of disability. So we've put a number of activities in place. You may have seen around, we have the most vibrant women's league in the country. So we have a team that is moves around to try and encourage women to run on different seats. So we have different methods of ensuring that we encourage women to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to some closing thoughts. Engineer, we'll start with you. Going forward. Go on.
Going forward, Jeff, we need to embrace democracy in our country, to treat the aspirants fairly. Before they decide to go for elections or fight for positions, they always invest a lot. We need to treat them very, very fairly. And I can tell our members and our aspirants, on that nomination day, on 14th, let them not fear anything. Our nominations will be free and fair. People have been saying and talking about free and fair, but on 14th they are going to see it. I don't have any interest at all. I don't have my mother, my brother, or my sister vying for any seat. I'm going to do justice to everybody. The justice I would like any man to do unto me, I'll do it to all those aspirants. Let them not fear. Let them come out. Let them not cause violence. We have talked to the security people. We have written a letter to the IG requesting him to give us security on that particular day. We have even been given schools as our polling stations by the Ministry of Education. We are ready to go. We have printed the ballot papers, the ballot boxes. Everything is set, and they will be there by 6 in the morning, and we will close our polling stations at 5 in the evening in our more than 15,000 polling centers.
You seem very confident, Chair.
Yes.
You seem very confident.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you get the last word.
Thank you, Jeff. I'd like to tell our members to continue working hard to strengthen the party. Tomorrow we are in Kisii and Nyamira, requesting that our members in Kisii and Nyamira carry out elections in a peaceful manner. We feel extremely sad that a life had to be lost. We don't know why this young man was murdered, but we'd like to ask for calm. We'd like to ask people to just peacefully walk into the polling center, cast their vote, and go home. It is all going to be fair. We also ask all our teams across the country who are engaging in consensus to continue doing so in good faith. We ask all our aspirants to know that even if you're 10, the slot is going to go to one person. And we'd like you to think party and to think the need for the party to deliver the best candidates. So we'd like you to take this in your stride and to ensure that we do it in a peaceful manner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Catherine Muma, Engineer Anthony Mahora, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you for shedding light on this very important issue.
Anytime.
And thank you very much for being a part of JKLIVE. Remember, every Wednesday, it's those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other, JKL. Let's go into this in a peaceful way, folks. That's the way to grow a democracy. Like I keep saying, it's up to you. It's all up to you. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night. Good luck. God bless Kenya.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks so much.